To become an astronaut, I didn't rely on genius, I relied on his urine. My name is Vincent, I was born invalid. In a world where DNA decides everything, I was never meant to touch the stars, but I still did, and this is how I cheated destiny. Every morning, I strapped a bag of someone else's urine to my leg, I pressed a fake fingertip, filled with another man's blood, onto my own. In this future world, DNA is the only passport. You can't enter a building without giving blood, and you can't step inside without a urine test. I was born the old-fashioned way, naturally. That alone made me a mistake. Doctors predicted I'd die before 30. Heart problems, weak lungs, poor eyesight. My parents were devastated. So they created another child, my brother, using genetic selection. Perfect height, perfect vision, perfect strength, everything I wasn't. Growing up, I lost to him in everything, especially swimming, but even then, I dreamed about only one thing: going to space, a dream my DNA would never allow. One night, I challenged my brother to swim, one last time, but something miraculous happened. For the first time in our lives, he fell behind. "How did you beat me?" he asked. I didn't answer. I just tore myself out of our family photo and left home for good. I worked as a janitor at Gattaca Aerospace, sweeping floors beneath the rockets I longed to ride. No matter how hard I trained, my DNA still locked every door. So I turned to the black market. That's where I met Jerome, a man with flawless genetics, but confined to a wheelchair after an accident. He offered me the one thing I could never earn: his identity. I corrected my eyesight, straightened my teeth, changed my hair, and even had my legs surgically lengthened to match Jerome's height. Every day he left me bags of urine, blood samples, skin cells, everything I needed to pass every test. With his DNA, I entered Gattaca again, this time as a rising star. Soon, I became an astronaut candidate. We were unstoppable, until the murder happened. A director at Gattaca was killed, the man who opposed my flight mission, and at the crime scene, they found an eyelash. Mine, not the investigator, was my brother. He knew my real name, my real DNA, and he knew I once worked there as a janitor. I tried to run, but every drop of sweat, every cup I touched, could expose me. When the police demanded a full blood test, I was certain it was over, but I pulled off the switch, one last time, right under their noses. That night, my brother confronted me. He still believed I didn't belong here. So like when we were kids, we settled it in the ocean. One final swim. "How are you doing this?" he gasped. Because I never saved anything for the swim back. The day of launch finally came, but there was still one last urine test. I smiled. There was nothing left to fake. The screen lit up, invalid, but the doctor simply said, "You're left-handed." A real right-hander wouldn't hold the cup like that. He had known all along. He never turned me in. "Good luck, Vincent." With a lock of Jerome's hair in my hand, I boarded the spacecraft. I borrowed his identity, but the dream I achieved was completely my own. In a world built on perfect genes, I proved that human will is stronger than any DNA.